Inside Dartford Cemetery is an old mausoleum. The mausoleum is rumored to house the remains of several children who died of polio.
The dare is that if you stand or sit on the mausoleum, that someone or something will push you off.
Do you want us to be here?
I heard no.
I know, dude. I heard that too.
I kept getting the feeling that something was watching me, and I could see like shadows out of the corner of my eye.
It seemed like everything in the cemetery was watching you.
Children.
Are the children in the mausoleum?
Help.
I had never felt anything like that in my life.
It felt like someone was just taking a knife and stabbing it right through my leg.
Green Lake, Wisconsin, once known as the village of Dartford, was settled in the mid-1800s. Lured by the majestic shores of Green Lake, pioneers built this small farming community on the trade of grain. As with most small towns, its history is rich in folklore and urban legend. In the center of Green Lake lies Dartford Cemetery. Many people claim that Dartford Cemetery is haunted by the ghost of the last Winnebago Indian chief, named Chief High-Knocker. Legend says that Chief High-Knocker drowned to death on August 12, 1911, after accepting a drunken dare to swim across the Fox River without a canoe. High-Knocker was originally buried along the river, but then his son moved his body to Dartford Cemetery sometime in the 1930s, so he could be near the lake he loved so much. People often report seeing an Indian chief in full headdress roaming the cemetery at night. On Halloween 2005, 16-year-old Nick Weber lives with his mother in Montello, Wisconsin, about 25 miles outside of Green Lake. Montello's population is only 1,400. So there isn't really a lot of things for teenagers to do around town. Nick begins to look for an interesting place where he and his friends can spend Halloween night.
I came across a website that had a database of different places in Wisconsin that had haunted locations.
Chad Lewis is the creator and webmaster of Unexplained Research. At the time, Lewis had spent over 10 years researching and collecting stories from people who have had paranormal experiences related to legends, like the one surrounding the Dartford Cemetery.
I'm interested in folklore and urban legend, really out of the same reasons people have been interested in it since the beginning of time. Curiosity. I don't know what happens when we die. I don't know if we're alone in the universe, but I really want to find this out.
The more popular legend trips propose a dare, something the seeker must do in order to prompt a supernatural occurrence. One example is the mausoleum in the center of Dartford Cemetery.
The dare is that if you stand or sit on the mausoleum, that someone or something will push you off.
Later that afternoon, Nick tells his best friend about the local legend.
One way I describe myself would be a troublemaker, kind of disregarded the rules.
Nick and Christian also hang out with John Lloyd.
In high school, we played a lot of prank jokes on a lot of people, and everybody knew us because of that.
Nick and Christian invite John, but they don't tell him about the dare, in fear that he will back out from coming with them.
We didn't really want to tell him about the whole dare thing. He scares kind of easy, so we decided to just kind of withhold that information from him.
It seemed like everything in the cemetery was watching you.
When Nick is taking the time to read a tombstone, he claims that something unseen wrapped around his ankle and tried pulling him to the ground.
I had never felt anything like that in my life. I went along and kind of put it behind me.
After about 20 minutes, the three friends head to the mausoleum, and all sit on top of it like the legend says.
But in the back of my head, there's that creepy feeling that there's somebody there that didn't want us there. I didn't really want to act afraid in front of my two buddies.
Christian then notices a large crack in the mausoleum.
I knew that that crack wasn't there before.
Shortly after discovering the crack, John is suddenly shoved off the mausoleum to the ground. He immediately blames his two friends, but they adamantly deny touching him at all.
It just so happened that the one person that we neglected to tell about Adair, that's the person that actually gets pushed off.
After this, John decides he's going to wait in the car until Christian and Nick decide to leave. When walking back, John notices that some of the gravestones were beginning to glow, and to make it even scarier, he saw the names and dates changing on the tombstones.
To see the names and dates to change on a headstone, they're changing for some odd reason, and I didn't want to be there to find out why.
Christian explores the oldest graves in the Pioneer section.
A lot of these tombstones had this kind of a bluish gleam around them. It was just really creepy because there's absolutely no reason why I should have been there. I noticed that there were these peculiar tombstones. They were very thin tombstones with this oval thing on top. And I looked back and there was 5 of these weird looking tombstones. I know there was 7 when I looked the first time. At that point I became a lot more scared.
When walking away from the area, Christian turns his head and notices 2 children standing by a gravestone looking directly at him.
What do I do if, they start coming towards me? Should I run?
Christian meets his 2 friends waiting for him at the car. The 25-mile drive back to Montello was silent.
I didn't tell the guys about the experiences that I had because I felt like maybe I was the only one.
I didn't really want them to say that they saw the same things that I saw. If they just said that, then that would have really been too much for me to handle at that point.
For all of that to happen at once put so many questions in your head. That's probably why we weren't talking to each other, because we were thinking too much about what had happened.
Nick searches for any information about the cemetery that can help him come to terms with what happened there. The mausoleum is said to house the remains of several children who died of polio, but he can find no evidence of a crack on its surface. That night, Nick experiences a nightmare of him at the cemetery by himself, and experiences everything he and his friends had just witnessed that same night.
I was pushed off. It was evil.
The next day, the 3 friends tell each other everything that happened the night before.
It was kind of surprising and reassuring to all of us that we all kind of had things happen to us.
I don't know what would have happened if we had stayed there that night.
You're saying right in front of me.
It's a very scary and traumatic experience for me.
The story of what happened to the 3 friends quickly made its way around their high school, and it wasn't long until even more people came forward with frightening experiences. What is up, you guys? Tonight we're here in Green Lake, Wisconsin, and I came back to the very legendary Dartford Cemetery to film like a full investigation of this place, because I did post a video of it a while back, I believe back in like February, and I really just didn't get like a full investigation And I was really intrigued by this place, so I wanted to come back and just see if we can catch anything at night too, because when I came here there was snow all over the ground and I couldn't see like anything. So this will be cool because it's nighttime and it's November 1st right now. We'll see if anything happens tonight. What is up, you guys? Tonight we're here in Green Lake, Wisconsin, and I came back to the very legendary Dartford Cemetery to film like a full investigation of this place, because I did post a video of it a while back, I believe back in like February, and I really just didn't get like a full investigation, and I was really intrigued by this place, so I wanted to come back and just see if we can catch anything at night too, because when I came here there was snow all over the ground and I couldn't see like anything. So this will be cool because it's nighttime and it's November 1st right now. We parked over on the new side of the cemetery. Like I said, I think in the original video, the cemetery is on both sides of the street, and one side is all the newer graves, like modern graves, and then the other side is all the pioneers and Indians and all that stuff. So that's what we really want to head over to. Alright guys, so it's like 12 a.m. right now. We're here at the old side of the cemetery. I don't know if there's a lot of videos on YouTube about people going here at night, but we're gonna investigate all the legends right now. Alright guys, so I'm sitting next to Chief Highnocker's grave, and this is supposedly the most haunted grave in this cemetery besides the mausoleum. And I was actually going to sit on top of the mausoleum here tonight, but they have like a camera and a motion censored light pointed right towards it, so there's absolutely no way I could sit on that. So I'm just sitting by Chief Highnocker's grave, and we're going to ask some questions on the spirit box. Is there anybody in this cemetery that would like to speak to us tonight? If there's anybody inside Dartford Cemetery that would like to speak to us, you can use this spirit box to communicate with us if you would like to say something. There was something there. Is this place really haunted? Is this cemetery really haunted by evil ghosts or evil energies? Is this place really haunted by evil spirits? How many people haunt this cemetery? There's something there. What is your name? Are the legends about this place really true? Are the stories about this place true? Is Chief High Knocker here in this cemetery with us right now? Is his soul or spirit still in the cemetery? What year did you die? Is there any evil energies inside this cemetery? I've heard a lot of stories about this place. Is there really evil energy here? Do you want us to be here?
I heard no.
I know, dude. I heard that too. That was like immediate no, too. That's crazy. Is there a bunch of children that died of polio buried inside the mausoleum over there? That was something weird. A couple of kids that came here like a decade ago said they saw a crack in the mausoleum. Is there some energy that was released out of the mausoleum? Is there any type of energies or any people that are buried here that don't want us to be here right now? That was definitely something. So guys, in today's investigation, I'm going to try something a little bit different. I'm going to use this app called iOvulus. It is basically like an app version of a communication device called the Ovulus. It's an ITC device which is used for trans communications. Basically, like, this app is meant to communicate with something other than our existence as humans. So I'm just going to read the instructions about this app that I'm going to be using. Simply put, a device to attempt communications with something other than our normal plane of existence. The iOvulus defaults in off mode. Hold the iOvulus in your hand as you investigate, ask questions, and listen for responses. Basically, that's it. Like, you just ask questions. It'll give you, like, I think 3 or 4 words out of a random word bank, or somehow it knows the energy around us or something. I'm not saying this is 100% real. I'm just saying I'm trying it because I've seen other paranormal investigators use it, so I decided that I would give it a try here tonight. From what I've seen, it's pretty cool, so let's do it. So I'm just going to press this button right here, and then I'm going to ask a question, and then it should give us like a bunch of words in a word bank right there. How many people are here with me? How many spirits are here with me?
Wars.
React before in wars.
Children.
Okay.
Waste.
Are the children in the mausoleum?
Turn.
Are you behind me?
Tide.
Are you in the water? Are you with me at the cemetery?
City. Character.
How many spirits are in the cemetery with us? Can you give me a number?
Dead.
How many?
Get.
Get where?
No.
Dead, get no. It's kind of weird. Order responses. Do you want us to be dead?
Oh.
Do you
Does. Mind.
Do you mind that we're here at the cemetery?
Bridge.
Do you want us to leave? Do you want us to leave the cemetery?
Stream.
Did you die in a stream? Are you watching me right now as I ask you these questions?
Hell.
Are you in hell? Are you a demon?
David.
Who is David?